Hey guys, this is Coach Orion at Fringe Sport Headquarters. Here today with long weightlifting mobility guy, Adam White. Today we're going to go over double unders. Alright, so a couple things to start off with setup wise. When you set up a rope, for me personally, I like to step on the rope like this, bring up both handles about evenly, and they should be hitting you right about in the sternum, a little bit below. Some people like to go a little bit shorter. I think it kind of depends on how long your arms are, but for your average person, I would say this is probably a good height or a good adjustment of the cable to make. Setting up yourself on double unders. I'll demo a couple first and I'll talk about it a little bit. So as you can see, I'm not coming off too far from the ground with my jump. You don't really have to jump really high. You shouldn't be braking at the knees, doing this sort of thing. A lot of times people donkey kick, and that's a lot of extra motion that's kind of being wasted, and it's also going to throw off the rhythm of your jump. Another thing to keep in mind, arms at the side. I like to think about kind of elbows in, wrists below the elbows, and the entirety of the momentum of the rope should be propelled by the wrists. A lot of times I see people doing this with their forearms. Totally wrong. That's why you're burning out your shoulders and your arms, and that's why you can only get through like about 20 before you have to stop. Everything's in the wrists. So again, when we're going here, everything is relaxed and calm. The width of the wrist is what's moving that cable below my feet. If I'm going to go faster again, that's control with the wrists. Slower, control with the wrists. What do you got to say, Coach Adam?
So just a couple things to add. So when you are doing double unders, some of the biggest mechanical faults that I see when I'm coaching folks in the double under is not keeping the midline engaged, right? So a lot of times when people go for the double unders, they either overextend, right? So overextending means that my lumbar spine is bone on bone, and it's kind of a stripper butt, right? So I'm sticking my butt out, and then I start to do double unders. So what happens here is all of the abdominal muscles turn off. You are now kind of hanging out on your joints, and then for the ladies, this is what causes the dribbles in your double under. So if you have ever had any sort of problem with peeing when you do double unders, ladies and men, that usually comes from this overextension fault in the double under. So biggest thing you can do to fix overextension is squeeze your butt, breathe a big belly breath in, and then an exhale into tension, and that sets the spine. So if you do that every single time in your setup before you do a double under, you're going to have a brace neutral spine. Right? The second biggest fault that I'll see in the double under is when an athlete collapses their feet every time that they jump. So when they jump, you'll have a moment where the knees come in and the foot collapses. Paul, why don't you come on here closer, and I'm going to show kind of what can happen in the feet. So everyone notice here that there is an arch in my foot. So when I jump, I maintain that arch. Now I'm going to collapse. So there is it collapsing my feet every single jump. And I know a lot of you and a lot of folks out there that after they do a ton of double unders, oh, my feet, they hurt so bad. Your feet should never hurt after doing double unders. If your feet hurt after double unders, it's not the double unders fault. It's a mechanical fault that you are making, and you need to address that by focusing on creating rotation, keeping the arch in the foot, and maintaining that through your workouts. You won't have any pump out in the feet. Those are two of the biggest things that I see from a mechanical side in double unders. And again, this has been Coach Adam and Orion at Fringe Sport Headquarters, and the double under.